Everyone, it's Ashley with Going Crochetzy, and this is actually future Ashley coming on to give you guys an introduction. I wasn't able to give you an introduction the day I started filming this because it was nighttime, the lighting was bad, and it just wasn't going to be a good time to film. And so what you're gonna see in the next couple clips is me gathering up supplies to bring to this space we're in right now. We are going to be here for 2 weeks, and so I had to gather all kinds of yarn and polyfill and other supplies to get ready to come here. And now this is gonna be a 2-part series. This is week 1 of what I can crochet on vacation away from home with a limited amount of yarn. So I have all kinds of planned out projects I can do on this trip. And you'll see that sometimes things don't work out completely the way you expect them to. We'll discuss that shortly, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit.
So as I told you guys, I am getting ready to go away for a few days. And so I am taking this bag and I am going to fill it up full of yarn for projects. So now I have to figure out what I want to do for projects and what yarn I want to use. And I think I'm going to work on some of my patterns while I'm away, just because I do have lots of yarn for that. So since I did sell my fox, maybe I'll make another fox, but I will use my chenille brights in this orange. I think would be really cool. It's the tangerine. And then I would need a white and black to go along with that. So that would be one project. So one project in the bag. Let's see, what other colors do I want to do? I do want to use up some of my perfect chunky yarns. And I could always do a fox in the perfect chunky as well. Maybe I'll do it in this one. What's this one? Oh, it's the same color. Let's see. How close are they together? So they're a bit different. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do that fox too. So I'll need a white, and then I think this is black. And nope, this is a espresso. So I will have to pull my black from my other bin. So remind me to do that. Only if you could, right? All right, so let's ready to come into this because I do want to use up some of this yarn. So I actually went downstairs and grabbed this yarn off camera. But I thought since the spiders did so well in this color, I would grab another, whatever I had left of this. This is all I have left. I don't know how many spiders I'll be able to make out of it, maybe 1 or 2. But I'm gonna bring that and make some more jumping spiders. And then I thought this would be a cool color for jumping spiders as well. It has that sparkle on it. So I'm going to bring that. The label fell off. And then I thought maybe this big twist plush would be good for like really big jumping spiders because it's the plush yarn, so they would come out bigger. So I'm going to bring that as well. All right, so what else? I could bring some yarn to do some Loaf Cats, but I'd have to check which colors I have. I think I would actually need more of like the black Loaf Cats over the variegated colors. So maybe I'll bring an extra black to make 1 or 2 black Loaf Cats. Oh, maybe I could do a couple of the calico cats. Let me see what I have in my extras bin. So here's my extras bin. So this is my extra Bernat, not Bernat, but Premier basics, and then some of the extras of these colors. Since I only have a little bit of this left, this would be a fun one to do a Loaf Cat with, maybe white with this as like the calico colors, or maybe just do as much as this as possible with some white. I don't know. So I'm gonna bring that. And then I have these for extras. This would be a fun extra. Maybe this would be a cool spider as well, or maybe even the spots for another cat or something. So I'll bring that. And then I have lots of this orange that I'll bring for a calico cat. And then what else do I have in here? I don't have any more of like the solid black and whites. So I will have to get those from another place. I'm not sure if I have much black, to be honest, but I definitely have a lot of white. But I think I can make do with black from the Premier Basics would work for the black. And I don't have enough of this to make any cats unless they're like miniature cats. So what else do I want to bring? Kind of want to do another stingray, but I don't think I have enough colors in here to do a stingray. I could do a patchy project, but I'm not going to do that while I'm away because that's fun to do with you guys on camera on the lives. I do have a lot of this off-white type of colors, but none of them actually match. So yeah, I'm going to put this back. Might bring this. This would be a cute, like for chickens or something. I like this. So I'm going to bring that as well. And then I'm going to go back to my solid colors because I just remembered I want to do a wolf. Like a mod for my fox would be a wolf. I think that would be cool. Maybe I could do an almond. Ooh, I just remembered I don't have any more Siamese cats, I don't think. So I could do that one and then get my almond. Oh wait, this is almond, I think. So I could get, oh yeah, so get my sand and my almond and do another Siamese cat with that because those usually go over pretty good. Okay, so I'm back here. I'm going to grab, I think, this gray, and then I'm going to do another gray. 2 grays, and then a white. My white, I think, would be good for a fox. So I'm grabbing those. And thought on it some more, and I looked up some patterns and I picked out these 4 colors. I think they could be used for multiple options that I've been wanting to do. So I'm going to add these to my pile. I'm going to go grab a black yarn in my Parfait Chunky, and then a white and a black, hopefully if I have black, in my Bernat blanket, and then we will be good to go for our trip. This should last me more than enough time, so I think I will have way more yarn than necessary, but I'd rather have more yarn than necessary than to run out of yarn. So let's see up here real quick. I do have Sweet Snuggles Light in black, so I think I'm just going to grab a Sweet Snuggles Light, and then I will have to go downstairs to get my Bernat blanket white that I have. So I'll go do that. I was walking by and I just saw I have a vintage white up here, and so instead of going downstairs and opening up an entirely new skein of yarn, I am just going to bring my vintage white instead. So that will work just as good for the calico cats. It'll just be vintage white instead of solid white. So there we go. Full yarn supply for my trip.
Everyone, we made it to our destination, and it has been about a day and a half since we've been here, so I have lots of stuff to show you guys. But before I wanted to show you what I have made so far, I wanted to talk about my sailboat pattern. I had put out a tester call and chose all my testers yesterday, and they were working on the pattern, and that pattern just was too big and intricate for it to be considered a free pattern, and it needs a lot of work for details and everything. So basically it's gonna have a bunch of video tutorials to go with it. So down the line I will end up making that a pattern, but it's gonna be more of a paid pattern because of all the intricate details in it. And instead of putting that one out for my free pattern on the 26th, I am actually going to put out a smaller, simpler version. I recreated an entire new pattern last night because of all the trouble that it was causing me and my testers. And so I kind of threw together this little sailboat for a mock-up, just to kind of figure out sizing and everything. So this was the first one I created, and the mast was too big and chunky. So what I decided to do is offer a thinner mast with a thinner yarn. So I ended up creating this one, and I gave it the same shape as my original pattern. So it has that pop out shape in the front like a sailboat has. And then I made a thinner mast on it, and the sails are, you know, just a smaller version of what I had, and you can still put things inside it. They'll just have to be smaller things. And I will eventually put out the bigger pattern for a paid pattern. So it'll be like a little baby, and then big brother or father, sister, whatever you want to call it, will be the bigger version with a bunch of video tutorials and everything. So there will still be a sailboat coming. I just had some trouble with that. I want to thank all of my testers who were trying out this pattern and giving me all these corrections and questions and everything else. This is the first time I've actually had to like pause a pattern and say I have to reevaluate this pattern and then bring it back to you guys. So I just wanted to give a shout out to all my testers who have been so patient and kind with me, and so willing to kind of change gears and just do what I need to do. And they've all said that they are still willing to continue testing the bigger pattern once that is ready, because it's not ready yet. I want to give a bigger shout out to Who's Your Granny Creations over on Instagram, because she was so helpful. She actually reached out to me and asked if she could be of any assistance, and kind of gave me a suggestion to just do a smaller pattern since it is a free pattern and everything else, and kind of walked me off a ledge because I was feeling a little stressed. I will not lie, I was very stressed. I thought I was gonna have to go crawl in a hole and hide from everyone and just give up, because I was just so appalled at how badly the pattern test was going and just feeling very overwhelmed. So now we are back on and doing okay. And so I have those done. And then also what I ended up making yesterday were 3 spiders, and I'm out of the smaller eyeballs, so I had to use 20 and 16 millimeter eyeballs for these guys because I have no other sizes, and I've just run out of all of them, and I'm kind of resisting buying more. And so I made this guy. This is with Big Twist plush yarn, and then I made 2 of these in Bernat Sparkle yarn. And so there they are. And so that is everything I have made so far on my trip. And so 5 items, pretty good. And that is like an entirely new pattern. So that took some time to put the pattern together to get it out to my testers quickly, since the test opened yesterday and I didn't have a pattern for them because I like pulled it. And I was like, nope, this is not working. We need to come back to this on a later date. I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen with this pattern, just because I had a gut feeling that it wasn't going to go well. I felt like I was having trouble explaining specific things like the walls inside the sailboat and the mast and everything. So I was really nervous to put this pattern out, which was making me procrastinate at putting this pattern out. And so now, live and learn. We're gonna table it for now, go back to it at a fairly soon, but later date, because I do want to get it to those people who have tested it for me or started to test it for me. I do want them to be able to have that. And so, yeah, you know, you're never perfect. You're always learning. I'm still very new to this pattern writing thing, and it just wasn't ready yet. And I had a feeling it wasn't ready yet, but I also had a timeline to meet for the summer collab, and so I wanted to get it out. And I'm happy I went with a smaller, simpler pattern, because I think this is much more market friendly than the other pattern was anyway. And I feel like if it's a free Instagram pattern, it should usually be like a very market friendly one. So this is gonna be much more market friendly than that other one was. And the other one can just be a fun pattern to make if you want a bigger sailboat. So that will come still, just I don't know when yet. That is everything. This one will be out on the 26th of June, and I have 3 spiders for a market. So I'm pretty excited about that. These ones are really fun, sparkly colored spiders. His wings are a little off. I think his eyes are a little off, but that's okay. But do you see that sparkle? I love them. I feel like I've seen this color spider before, and so I thought that would be a fun color to use. But now I'm going to go and make some other things. I'm not really sure what yet. I did start on another spider, so this is the spider body, and I just have to make the head part. So I'll probably finish him next, and then move on to good morning is another day. And I want to show you guys what I got done yesterday. So I finished another spider and a cat. I just have to put his little whiskers and nose on, and that is everything I made yesterday. Not very much, but that's okay. We're on vacation. I can do what I want when I want to do it. I just started doing another spider here with this much yarn, so we'll see how this one turns out. And I went to open up Canva to see if I had any corrections, questions, whatnot on my new sailboat pattern, and my Canva has crashed and it will not give me any of my patterns or any of my projects that I have in there. So I'm hoping it's not just a me problem, that it's just a server problem, and it will be up and running in a couple minutes, few hours, because now I can't get to any of my patterns, and I have all of my patterns in there. My bear pattern, my sailboat pattern, my fox pattern, my moose pattern, all of my patterns are in there, and I cannot access them anymore. So I'm hoping that that fixes itself today. And yeah, so very exciting. I swear the sailboat pattern is going to be the death of me. It does not want to be successful for some reason, but we'll see what happens. Keep you updated. I'm gonna go work on this spider and talk to you guys in a bit. Hey guys, so it's been a couple days since I have updated you, and I haven't done a whole lot of crocheting, but as you can see back here, I did get 3 Loaf Cats done. I got an all black one. I added the face to my calico. I did this little guy, and then I did this all black one with green eyes. And then I went ahead and made this spider and this one. And as you can see, I had to use the off-white color for the abdomen so that I could finish him off. But here's how he turned out, and I really like how he looks. But that is everything I have made so far, and I'll update you guys maybe in another day with anything else I have made for the week. Hey everyone, it's late at night and I am finishing up this week, and I wanted to show you guys my finished panda bear, and I love him. I think he turned out really cute. What do you guys think? Do you like him? I wasn't quite sure how to do the eyes, but I like how I did it. Very simple but effective. It gives that panda bear look. Maybe not the most clean this time, but it was my first time. So here he is, and I looked at pictures and I couldn't really tell if the panda bear's tail it was brown or white. Different pictures had different views of it. Some of them were black, some of them were white. So I don't know. I think next time I would do it with a black tail just to give it a little bit more black color, but I am pretty happy with how this guy turned out. And that is everything I am going to be crocheting for this week. So part 2 of my crochet vacation extravaganza with everything out of town and all my resources. I will be showing you guys everything else next week that I get done for next week. And thank you all for joining in. Make sure to like and subscribe. Add a panda emoji down below or a bear emoji if you got all the way through this video. And I will talk to you guys all on the next one. So thanks for joining in. Bye.